Hi there, my name's Martin Adlington. As an environmental artist, I make a lot of practical and artistic pieces from recycled materials. I spend a lot of my time looking in dumpsters and trash at the side of the road for useful things that have otherwise been thrown away and will end up in the landfill. Robots are always fun things to make, and here's one made from a bug zapper. Here's a little gun. His feet are egg cups. His eyes are bottle caps. He's a cute little guy, and if I can find the plug for him, I'll plug him in and light him up. Robots are always fun to make. Here's one made with a sardine tin, a hair roller, bits of child's toys, eyes pop out, and it's also a clock. I also make a series of clocks. Here's one made recently from a flipper I found on the beach and some goggles. Just punched a hole in the top of the flipper. I really like collecting aluminium kitchen things. Here's a beautiful old jelly mould. Again, I've just drilled a hole in and put some hands on. Now this is the bag made from gardening mesh. It has a strap here from a laptop bag, and there's a funky little Japanese keyring here as a latch. This flying saucer has been made from an old lampshade, part of a child's toy, and a bowl. Here's another flying saucer, a bowl as a base once again, a chopper chop holder as a body, a balloon holder as a top, and it has an eye, a magic eye there on the very top. This time a cross made from real estate sign, and the flowers are made from cut up pieces of egg carton. Here's a heart in the same series, again good old corflute real estate sign. Here's a bag made from a coffee sack. Lots of these get thrown away. Thought it was rather quite a nice design. A really easy thing to make are clocks from old LPs. This is The Seekers, A World of Our Own. Now here's a solar shower. Simply got a plastic milk bottle, fill it with water, put it outside in the sun on a piece of black plastic or metal for an hour or so, and it will very quickly warm up so that you could have a nice refreshing shower with solar energy rather than using the electricity to heat your water. Now here's some uses for drink bottles. Cut the top off the drink bottle, and here we have a very handy funnel. The bottom part can be used as a cup. If we invert the funnel into there, we can make a fly or a wasp trap. Simply put some Coca-Cola or a piece of raw meat in here, and flies or wasps will go in after the bait, and they get trapped in there, and they can then be disposed of later on. This time I've got two, and I've attached a piece of red cord and made them into a skipping rope. All I've done is drilled a hole in the cap, threaded the cord through and knotted it, and then just put it back on there. So there's a very good piece of fitness equipment. If you happen to be at the beach and you want to take a photo, you can't find anywhere to put your camera, you could have a drink bottle filled with sand, a bolt in through the cap, so this will stand firmly on the beach and you can take your own photos. A larger one this time that's been cut into the shape of a fish. It has a staple in the centre to hold it together. Quite a good project for kids to make a mobile with. I'm sure that we all throw a lot of these away every week. It's a toilet roll core. Here it's been made into a seedling punnet. Simply put some newspaper in the bottom, put some potting mix in, plant your seed, water it for a while, the seed will grow, and then all you do is plant the whole thing into the garden, thereby avoiding root strike. So you're going to ensure a healthy plant. I find a lot of things in the rubbish or the inorganic collection that are broken, that can quite easily be repaired. Here's a New Zealand flax basket, a kete. The handles were broken. I've simply cut the handles off and I've replaced them with a shoulder strap made from a bicycle inner tube. So let's go shopping. In this day and age we don't see many inner tubes. Most of the cars have tubeless tyres. I found a whole pile of inner tubes in Wanganui at the back of the Firestone tyre repair shop. This is a truck inner tube that I've cut into rounds, knotted and made into a dog lead. Very strong, very practical. Here we have a beautiful bath mat. These are old sheets that have been torn into strips and then they've been crocheted or hand knotted into an oval design. I have this in my kitchen. It's made by my friend Laurie. Thanks Laurie, that's a lovely gift. In the old days of my grandmother or even my mother and even myself, people hated to waste things. So here's a child's doll made from little scraps of material, probably about that big. They've been folded into discs and sewn together to make this little guy here. Found him or her in the trash, which I thought was rather a shame. Last year in the inorganic I found a copper water cylinder and I cut a piece of it into the shape of a Maori fishhook. Here's another bag, again made by my friend Laurie. On the outside we have a piece of bicycle tyre, coffee sack as the body, and an old doily on the front for a bit of decoration. This robot's been made from an old toaster, tin cans, bottle caps and bits and pieces of children's toys. A very Pacific motif is a lei, a garland of flowers. Here I've made a large version of one from flowers that I've cut from an egg tray. They've been splashed with white paint. This looks quite beautiful on the wall, especially in a beach patch or somewhere with a holiday theme. This is an apron made from a coffee sack. Great for the barbecue, guys. Personally, I prefer Picasso's sculptural work to his paintings. One of his earliest sculptures was a recycled one made from a bicycle seat and a pair of handlebars that he found. I found these pieces in the trash. I've left the brake cables on and the brake handles make rather clever ears. This one's entitled No Bull. I do like finding Barbies in the trash. She's such a symbol of all that's wrong with the world with consumerism and airheadedness. Last year I found a couple of Buddhas with their heads knocked off. I took two of my Barbies, cut the heads off and mounted them onto the Buddha bodies. So we have here two Barbie Buddhas. I say that if Barbie could find the Buddha within herself, then the world would be a long way towards solving the mess that we're in. These are two particular favourites of mine, and I do a whole lot of other altered Barbies as well, which you can see on my website. We'll go into some close-ups now and I'll show you some of the trash and jewellery that I've made.